Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to graph and how to write inequalities. So when we have inequalities, remember that is our greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to symbols. So when we're looking at our symbols, greater than, less than, greater or equal to, and less than or equal to. So when we're looking at our symbols, when we're graphing them, that's what we're going to talk about first. When we graph them, we want to make sure that our variable is on the left and one number is on the right. This is important to make sure that our variable is on the left when we're solving these, so that way we're very careful as to how our answer is going to be and how it's going to look and how we're going to follow our shading. So when we're graphing, we have an open circle which is not equal to, and we have a closed-in circle, which means equal to. We put our circles on the number that is on the right. So that number that we said is on the right, that's what we're putting our circle on top of. So if I have x is greater than 10. X is greater than 10. When I draw my number line, I'm going to put 10 in the center. This won't always be the case. I'm going to use it. I'm going to write two numbers larger than 10, 11 and 12, because it gets bigger going to the right, and it gets smaller going to the left. So I'm going to put 2 here, so 9 and 8. So my number is 10, so I'm going to put an open circle because I don't have an equal to symbol. Equal to is that line underneath it. Since I don't have an equal to symbol, I'm going to put an open circle on 10. Then the reason why we want our variable on the left is we can follow this arrow. This is almost like an arrow symbol. And our arrow is going to the right. It is pointing to go to the right. So I'm going to shade everything to the right. So if I gave you x is less than or equal to 4, once again, if a number line is not provided, you could draw one by just putting the number you're using, which is 4, 2 larger than 4 is 5, and 6, and 2 smaller, which is 3, then 2. I'm going to put a closed circle this time because I have a line underneath my symbol, meaning equal to. So my answer can be equal to 4. Then my variable is on the left. It is an arrow pointing to go to the left. So this is like an arrow to the left. So I'm going to shade going to the left. This means that everything, my answer that can fit here is everything that is in my shaded spot. So 4 is less than or equal to 4. 2 is less than or equal to 4. So all my answers, and it continues on. There's an arrow here, so it continues on forever. So like -5 is less than or equal to 4. So if I give you a chart, and I give you a graph, and I say 3, 4, and 5, 2 and 1, and I do a closed-in circle, so this is how to write them. I'm going to put any variable I want, so you can use any variable you like. I'm going to use x, and then you're going to write your number. It's a closed-in circle, so I'm going to put my equal to symbol, which is a line. Oops, I didn't shade it. And all my shading is going in my left direction, so I'm going to put my left, which is a less than. So let's look at some examples. Feel free to write these in your notebook. So x is less than or equal to 0. So I know 0 is my magic number. I'll put a circle over it. It's got that line, which means equal to, so I'm going to color it in. My arrow is going to the left, so I'm going to shade everything to the left. Some people like to just draw something like this, meaning that negative 10 is less than or equal to 0. Negative 4, any number over here works. Nothing over here works because there's nothing shaded. It's not being used. Let's look at this one. I have negative 1. I'm going to put a circle over top of negative 1, which is right here. There is no equal to symbol, so I do not color it in. My arrow is going to the right because I want greater than, so I'm going to shade going to the right, which means I can take 10 is greater than negative 1. I cannot use, it's not colored in, so I can't use negative 1. Negative 1 is not greater than negative 1. So only if it's equal to can we color that in. Write these down, pause the video, try it. So x is greater than or equal to negative 5. I'm going to color in my negative 5 because it's got the equal to symbol, and I'm going to shade everything to the right because that's where my arrow is going. X is less than 5, so I'm going to do an open circle over 5 because it's no equal to symbol. It's going to the left, so I'm going to shade everything to the left. Let's look at writing some. Feel free to pause this video anytime you want to try some on your own. So looking at these, the number that is shaded over is 0, so I'm going to put my variable. I'm then going to put my number, which is 0. It is colored in, so I need an equal to symbol. Everything is going to the left, so I'm going to put a less than symbol. Let's look at the next one. It's not colored in. This time it's over 1, negative 1. So I'm going to write my variable. I'm going to use x. It's over negative 1, so I'm going to write negative 1. It's not colored in, so there's no equal to line that I'm going to draw here. Everything's going to the right, so I'm going to do a greater than symbol. Pause this video and try these next two. First thing I'm going to do is write my variable. The number being used here is negative 5. It's colored in, so I'm going to do my line, going to the right, so I'm going to use my right. I'm going to use x again. It is over 5 this time. Everything is not colored in, so I'm not going to put an equal to symbol, and it is going to the left, so I'm going to write my left symbol. Hopefully you were able to solve these. Hopefully this helps you understand what that closed-in circle means and why it's very important to make sure that our variable comes first. If our variable is first, we can follow the arrow. If our variable does not come first, we cannot follow the arrow. And I will see you guys next time.